channel. So I picked up a Seiko Sarb033. It's a value JDM watch. It is discontinued. You can have these between $300 to $500 right now. There's a lot of people with stock, so pick it up while you can before the sources dry up. Okay, I purchased this watch because I had my Grand Seiko that I had, which was a quartz. It was a 37 millimeter case. Two things I didn't like about it: it seemed a little small on my wrist, plus it did not have any lume. Okay, and since it's a high-end dress watch, I wasn't going to probably wear it very much, so I quickly flipped it, got rid of it, and I looked at this because this is almost like a baby Grand Seiko, and this is an automatic, which is great. That's a plus over the quartz, and it does have very good lume. So, and another thing is it's a little bit bigger. It's like a 38.5 millimeter case, so it wears better on the wrist. Okay, so let's jump into this. The actual size of the watch, which I kind of touched on, is a 38 millimeter from side to side, possibly 38.5, right in that range, depends on how you measure it. 46 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip. Our thickness is coming in at 11 millimeters. And then our lugs are 20 millimeter lug openings. Okay, sapphire crystal, beautiful dial. Applied markers, applied Seiko there. Very nice hands, beautiful hand set and needle type second hand. I like how the hands go all the way in to the edge of the dial, minute and second. Very nice little chapter ring with those little notches, so you can actually measure that. So that's very nice. It's a timing instrument, and it looks that way. It's just beautiful. I like the border date. I like that black date wheel. Okay, that looks great with the black dial. It's a black inky dial. In some lighting, it has a brown look, a brown tint, which is, there you go, kind of right there. You can see a little bit of a brown tint to it. So it depends on when you're out in the sun and in certain lighting. It's really cool the way this dial looks. But just a beautiful dial. And this 38 millimeter case really wears well on most wrists. I have a 7.5 inch wrist. I'll throw it on there and you guys will see that. Hand wind and hacking. It's running the 6R15D in this movement, which the D variant, from what I understand, they're all pretty much the same. But the 6R15, it is a 50-hour power reserve, 21,600 vibrations per hour. It's 23 joules. All in-house by Seiko, so very nice. You're getting a lot of watch. You have for the money. You got a signed crown, Seiko. There's that beautiful movement. And lower beat rate is perfect for this watch because it's going to last a lot longer between any servicing. I mean, you can probably go 10, 15 years, maybe even longer with no servicing. So this is a really, buy it, set it, forget it. You know what I mean? Just wear the damn thing. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to last a long time. It's got Diashock, 23 joules, Seiko, automatic, stainless steel. When it comes to and I don't know if they put it on here. I think it's plus or minus 25 seconds or 15 seconds a day. And you know what I'm getting on this thing? And it depends on, and I know they regulate this in different positions, I believe, because if I have it up, sitting up like this, I'm gaining about a second a day. If I have it crowned down, I lose a little bit. Okay, so you could easily keep this thing regulated to where you're going to be plus or minus 1 to 2 seconds a day. So I've been kind of playing around with it. I've had it for a couple of weeks now, and it's very good accuracy, much better than I would have thought I would have got, or actually much better than what Seiko leads you to believe that you're going to get. And with all my 6R15 movements I've had in my Seiko dive watches in the past, they've all been really good timekeepers. So I think that if you got one of these, you're going to get a very good movement, regulation and everything. So very smooth, polished bezel. You have brushed up on the top, and then it steps down. It's got that step on the case, and then it goes into the polished side of the case. Just beautiful the way they did this. This is Zaratsu polishing. Seiko, I mean, at under $500, you're going to get the best brush and polishing of a case, the best you would get out of any Seiko watch. There is no Seiko watch, or not Seiko, out of any Swiss watch, you're not going to get this level of detail of finishing that you would with this Seiko. There's no Swiss watch that will touch this, okay, at that price point. So, and plus it's all in-house. So, I mean, it really makes me, question, why would I spend any more money on any other watch? I mean, this price point, you get everything. Dress, sports, you get it all, okay? And you get, solid movement. You get, look at the lines. Look at that polishing. It's a mirror finish. And just the way they brushed it. Look at the graininess in that brushing. I mean, done so well. Their detail is amazing. Beautiful brush bracelet. The only thing on this bracelet, my only reservation really, is that there's not half links. So when you size this, I have a 7.5 inch wrist. When you size it, I took out one link and it fits very good. It does. And there's a little bit of movement there. I can expand a little bit, but if I really swell up, it's going to be kind of tight on my wrist. So I think this is going to be going on a leather strap soon. Or even maybe a NATO or a Perlon strap, something like that. But, and from what I understand, these are strap monsters, and I see why. But on the wrist, it just wears beautiful, 38 millimeter. I mean, and a 46 from tip to tip. That's a perfect wrist, that's a perfect size for anyone's wrist, unless you have a big old monster wrist. But even at my wrist, which I normally wear, 40 and above, 40, 42 is where I like to be. This one is just perfect sizing. It really is. So, and the thickness is just great. And the way those lugs angle down like that, it's just beautiful. It just hugs your wrist. And that's what Seiko does best. I mean, the way their sizing, look how it's just like it's like a fat little watch. I mean, it angles perfectly down. It's kind of compact, but it's the right size. It's just the right size. Just beautiful. But the bracelet, that's pretty much it. If they threw in half links with it, I'd be super happy with this bracelet. But I'd give it an 80%. I mean, I think it's great. And that movement's good. Everything about this watch. And another thing is it has really, really good lume. I will demonstrate that right now. And that's another reason why I got rid of my Grand Seiko is I have to have a watch that has lume. I have to. I'm just a lume junkie. So here's the lume. Let me kill the lights. Wow. So see, that's why, it's dressy, but also very sporty. And this could be your everyday watch. It can do everything. It's like having a Rolex Explorer in a lot of ways. That watch will do anything. It's a dressy watch. It's a sport watch. It's a field watch, whatever you want it to do. It's got water resistance. So does this watch. And this thing is sub $500. So very nice. Just a great value proposition here. Sapphire crystal. I don't know if I mentioned that. Solid in links also. Okay. You just get so much watch for the money. Just the sharp edges on the case, and that step where it steps down into that polishing from the brush, the transition there. Look at that. I just think that's amazing. I didn't think I'd like that at first. I was like, why did they do that? But I see why. It just looks great. And that brushing goes all the way alongside. You can see it where it goes to the side of the crown right there, all the way into the other part of the lug. I mean, that's just beautiful. Done so well. Very nice. I can't get over it, guys. I love this watch. It's really nice. So anyway, here's my take on the Seiko Sarb033. I will definitely be throwing up more videos on this watch because I think it deserves it. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Goodbye.